Namaste children, this is revision 2 for half-yearly examination. In this revision we are going to discuss about spreadsheet ranges and functions. This is chapter 3 and charts in MS Excel. This is chapter 4. So first we discuss chapter 3 spreadsheet ranges and functions. Methods of entering formula. There are three types of entering formula. One is type directly in cell, and another one is refer to cells using mouse, and third one using equivalent to function. So in using the first method we can directly enter the formulas in the cell, and second method we can copy the formula from the another cell. Okay, in first cell we can enter the formula, the same formula will be copied to remaining cells, and in using the third method we can use the functions. We need not to enter the formulas directly, we can use the equivalent to functions. To copy the formulas, so first select the cell, then place the mouse pointer to the bottom right corner boundary and drag the cell boundary to cover the cell range when you want to copy the formula, and then when you release the mouse button, Excel will copy the formula into new cells. So when you copy the formula, the cell reference may be relative. Automatically it will be changed to the location. Our next topic is working with the ranges. As you know earlier, the range is a group of block of consecutive cells in a worksheet. To select the range, we can use keyboard or mouse. To extend the group selection, we can use F8. So range is a group or a block of consecutive cells in a worksheet. To select the multiple range, first select a range, first range, then hold down control key and select another range. To select the complete row, we can use shortcut key as shift plus space bar. To select the complete column, we can use the shortcut key control plus space bar. To select the entire worksheet, control A or select all button can be used. Cell referencing styles. There are three types of cell referencing: relative referencing, absolute referencing and mixed referencing. As you know earlier, the relative referencing, in this case the cell references change relative to the location when copied. A formula may be entered as A1 plus B1. When we copy this formula to the next cell, automatically it will be changed as A2 plus B2. So when we copy the formula, the cell references will be changed relative to the location. This is a relative reference. But in case of absolute cell reference, the cell references never change relative to the location. If the formula is $A $1 plus $B $1, the same reference will be copied to another cell. So it will not be changed as related to the location as A2 or B2. Okay, this is absolute reference. Mixing of these two references is called a mixed referencing. In case of absolute reference, we will use $sign. It is prefixed with the column label as well as row number. So the three kinds of referencing are relative, absolute and mixed referencing. Children, keep this difference also in your mind. In relative referencing, the cell references change relative to the location when it is copied. In case of absolute referencing, cell reference never change relative to the location, as well as we have to use $sign. In case of relative reference, we need not to use any sign. In case of absolute reference, dollar sign is used. So both can be used in mixed referencing. Working with multiple worksheets. So we have 3 worksheets. We will have 3 worksheets by default in Excel. So when you need another worksheet, you can use command or shortcut key to insert a new worksheet in the current workbook. You can use Home tab and select the cells group. Select Insert Sheet command. Home, Cells group and Insert Sheet command. This will help you to insert a new worksheet. Or else you can use Shift F11 shortcut key. Next, erasing a worksheet. To remove the content from the worksheet, you select all the cells in the worksheet and select the Home tab. From Editing group, you can select the command as Clear All. So automatically the selected cells will be, the content of the selected cells will be deleted. To delete your worksheet, select the worksheet to be deleted and right click the worksheet. Click Delete from shortcut menu. So to insert worksheet, press Shift F11. For erasing worksheet, use the command Home, Editing, Clear All. To delete a worksheet, select the worksheet to be deleted and right click. Then select Delete from shortcut menu. Next, functions. Functions are the predefined formula in Excel. We can enter the formula directly in the cell. Sometimes we can use functions also, which is given in the function wizard. So we have different categories of the functions. We can select as our need. Examples for some useful functions given here. This function will add the numbers given in the ranges and select one average function. It will find out the average of the given number. Count function will count the numbers or cells which is given in the bracket. And then maximum will find out the maximum of given number and minimum will find the minimum of given number. Next, formatting. General arrangements of data is known as formatting. So we can format the text using the font size, font color. We can align the text. The numbers also can be formatted. So to change the font, you can use the font group from the Home tab. For the alignment, you can use the alignment group from the Home tab. For the number change, you can use number group from Home tab. Next lesson is charts in Excel. So pictorial representation of the worksheet data is known as chart. There are different charts are available. That is area chart, column chart, bar chart, line chart, pie chart, surface chart, donut chart, stock chart, XY scatter chart, bubble chart, radar chart, cone, cylinder and pyramid charts. An area chart emphasizes the magnitude of range change over time. Column chart shows the data changes over a period of time. Column chart have some different variation, that is stacked column chart and another is 3D chart. Bar chart illustrates comparisons among individual items. The variation of the bar chart is stacked bar chart. A stacked bar chart shows the relationship of individual item to the whole. Line chart shows trends in data at equal intervals. Pie chart shows the proportional size of items that make up a data series to the sum of the items. The variation of the pie chart is grouped pie chart. Donut chart shows the relationship of parts in a whole, and stock chart is actually high, low, close chart. This is often used to illustrate stock prices. It can also be used for scientific data. For example, to indicate the temperature changes, we can use stock chart. Then XY scatter chart either shows the relationships among the numeric values in several data series. Next, bubble chart. It is a type of XY scatter chart. Radar chart. Each category has its own value axis radiating from the center point. Next is surface chart. It is useful when you want to find optimum combinations between two sets of data. Next, cone, cylinder and pyramid charts. So these are the different types of the charts available in MS Excel. Next, we will discuss the components of a chart: x-axis, y-axis, data series, chart area, plot area, walls and floor, chart title, axis titles, legend, grid lines and data labels. X-axis is a horizontal axis. It is known as category axis. And y-axis is the value axis. This is vertical axis. The x and y axis divide the xy plane into 4 quadrants. And data series is a set of values you want to plot in the chart. Next, chart area. This is the total region surrounding the chart. Total area of the chart is known as chart area. Plot area is the area of chart in which your data is plotted. And walls and floor. In 3D charts, walls are known as vertical axis and floors are known as horizontal axis. So the base area in 3D chart is known as floor and the vertical area are known as walls. Next, chart title. This is a descriptive text aimed at helping user identify the chart. The title given to the chart is known as chart title, and the axis title, the title given to x-axis and y-axis. Next, legends. The legends help you identify various plotted data series. The unique color or pattern which identifies the data series is known as legend. Then grid lines. So these are the horizontal and vertical lines in the plot area. The grid lines are inserted in the chart to enhance its readability. Next one is data labels. This is a label that provides additional information about a data marker, which represents a single data item or value coming from a worksheet cell. Children, recall the components of your chart, that is x-axis, y-axis, data series, chart area, plot area, walls and floor, chart title, x-axis titles and y-axis titles, legend, grid lines and data labels. Children, we have discussed all these topics in the previous classes. I hope you understood the topic and revised the chapters well. Prepare well for your half-yearly examination. Thank you, children.